Bonjour voidlings, Kat here, with part 2 of Aries as part of my Zodiac Void series. Before hopping directly into my commentary about the art, I wanted to give you some fun facts about the Aries zodiac sign. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, spanning the dates of March 20th through April 20th of this year, 2022. The constellation of association is obviously Aries, no surprises there, and the zodiac element is fire. Aries is a cardinal sign, typically representing the beginning of a season. Aries people are considered great people to initiate or spearhead new ideas. Aries-born individuals are typically confident leaders, using that fire element to bolster their passion. They can be optimistic and direct. They love adventure and spontaneity. Let's work on the flowers in this piece. While the March flower is the daffodil, representing rebirth and new beginnings, the April flower is the daisy, representing innocence, purity, and true love. April can also be the sweet pea, and it represents blissful pleasure, good wishes, gratitude, and friendship. You'll notice that I deviated from the standard, opting to sort of create my own flowers for this image. I did want to use those colors here, and instead Frankenstein together something all my own. I live in the southern United States, and some of my inspiration for these made-up flowers is the ornamental magnolia, which are quite prevalent down here. You could say that spring weather walks in the neighborhood definitely fed into my vision, especially with this white flower. Flowers are always a joy to paint. They have so many unique shapes and colors, patterns. Painting them also is a very zen and relaxing exercise that I will often do in my gouache sketchbooks. Maybe I'll show you some of all the flowers I've painted over time. I love painting digitally. I'm using Adobe Photoshop for this, paired with my Wacom Cintiq. It's one of my longest used programs, and despite having a ton of brush sets for Photoshop, I only maybe use 2 or 3. I hate to admit it, but they're often the default brushes. You'll notice a little jump here, and suddenly flowers. I had to stop recording to grab a bite to eat, and forgot to hit record when I got back. Whoops. I have some chunkier brushes and some texture brushes, but for this, no, just defaults. I'm using the lasso tool to get some sharp edges really fast. There are tons of other methods to do this, but lasso and go is my down and dirty method that has just sort of stuck with me over time. I also tend to think in layers and overlaps, so I'll block in the little brown branches and then overlap them with the petals of the flowers. This gives me some immediate gratification for some quick depth. Oh yes, that skull. Notice I grabbed some reference from my work file. This is a ram skull, and I tucked it up near where I will be working to make the skull less whatever you want to call the old one. I'm never really married to anything in what I'm doing, and I don't have a problem deleting. I wasn't always like this. For a long time I lived in this weird place of hating everything I did, but also thinking every mark I made was so precious. The best thing I ever did was realize that not caring so much resulted in stronger results. It was easier to experiment and fix mistakes, which helped me improve a lot faster. I'm curious if you've ever struggled with drastically changing the art that you were working on. Let me know in the comments. This skull rebuild also shifted the whole tone of the image into something better than before. I love when changes go well and surprise you. This Aries creature now has this new persona, inquisitive and curious. Like the art god Bob Ross said in the Art Bible, chapter something, verse whatever. Happy accidents. Every artist, no matter their skill level, makes mistakes. Every artist, no matter their skill level, is always learning new things. Persevere, even when it feels overwhelming or hopeless. Find your happiness in the process, knowing you'll just get better the more you try. We're coming to a close of part 2 for the Aries season. Have you decided to do some Aries-inspired art in honor of Aries? Comment down below about the cool projects you might be working on. I believe that is all for today. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell on your way out of the void. Take care of yourselves. See ya.